Well, howdy folks, my name's Philip, this is Turtle Studios, and this is a guitar box back here from Strich. So they sent a bass out to the channel recently, which we checked out. You can go check out those videos. I had some good things to say about it. Reached back out to Strich and said that I'd be happy to check out one of their guitars and kind of go through the process and demo and review. They graciously sent this out, and I figured we'd start checking it out today. So I talk a lot on this channel about, my love for affordable guitars and budget guitars and upgrading them and the setup work you have to do. So I figured the best thing I could do with this would be to open it up and kind of take you along for the journey, go through my thought process and, what I think when I open it and what I'm going to have to do, and then we'll do the full setup and have some fun. So yeah, let's get into this guy. I never love it when you crack open one of these things and it's got a ton of styrofoam inside. It just means you got a mess to clean up. But that's pretty par for the course for these budget end guitars and stuff. Certainly something I'm used to dealing with, but never a fun process. I much prefer when it's that sort of double cardboard box, which I guess is probably more expensive, which is why they do the styrofoam, but that'd be my one critique so far. Is if you could use more cardboard and less styrofoam, that would be great. Because there's already styrofoam all over my floor that I'm gonna have to clean up. Not the end of the world, but just an extra thing you have to do. Alrighty, so get through the basic stuff first, right out of the box. So I mentioned this, I don't know if I mentioned it in the bass review or not, but comes with a gig bag, and it's a pretty nice gig bag actually. A lot of these cheaper guitars, Glary specifically, and some other ones, at least the last time I checked out Glary a couple years ago, they come with, more of like a dust cover. This is a more substantial gig bag. It's got some padding, which makes this a good beginner style instrument. You could put the guitar in this and take it to a friend's house or whatever and have it protected. So that's a nice thing to see. They're including something that you can actually use. Accessories are equally as important as the guitar, especially when you're getting started. So your basic bag of hardware, to be expected, thread, screw and trim arm, which isn't the highest quality, but it'll be workable. And of course your Allen keys for adjustment. We'll put that to the side here. They did this on the bass too. You get this nice little bag with your accessories, which is pretty cool. It's just, you get all the accessories you need, but you also get a nice little bag that you could reuse. So you get all the stuff you'd expect in these beginner packs so far. A nice little clip-on tuner. You get a strap, which is a halfway decent strap, honestly. It's not like that plasticky kind of material. This is actual cloth. So again, something you could actually use, which is nice to see. Let's see. You get an extra set of strings, which is always nice. You get a cable. Now this is not the highest quality cable I've seen in these beginner packs. You would probably want to upgrade it, but this would certainly work. Oh cool. They give you a nice little capo with this, which is definitely an accessory that you'll be using eventually. So that's nice to see. And it feels like, yep, clean and cloth. All the basic sort of stuff. And then just the bag, of course, which I already mentioned is a nice little bonus. I like that a lot. Next up, you get these little battery powered practice amps. It's not going to be the most impressive thing in the world. It doesn't have any sort of crazy effects, but I've used these before, and honestly, they're not half bad for what they are. They usually have some sort of Bluetooth functionality. They have stuff out of the box that I'm dropping. Looks like we got the USB cable for charging, USB-C, which is good to see. I played around with the bass one, and yeah, so it's got Bluetooth functionality. You can pair your phone with it. They get reasonably loud for bedroom playing. It says it's 10 watts, And I think these look the part. You know, it looks like a guitar amp, so it certainly looks nice. It'd be good decor if you do upgrade eventually. And yeah, these are pretty cool. It's a nice little thing they include. And then without further ado, the thing we all care about, which is the guitar, of course. In its usual sort of wrapping packaging, which we're going to have to rip to shreds to get off. Sweet. Alrighty, so out of the box, just some first impressions. Fretwork is good. There's no fret sprout. That's always a good thing to see. Nothing sucks more than when you get a new guitar and you know it's kind of uncomfortable to play out of the box. Looks like there's a little finish flaw or scratch. Not the end of the world, you know, it's a cheaper guitar, cheaper finish, but you know, all looks pretty decent. Standard C-shaped sort of neck. It's definitely a plastic nut, and it's got some sort of, I don't know if that'll show up on the camera, I'll get some close-ups later. It's got some sort of crud and stuff that you'll probably clean up. Replacing the nut would be something I'd probably do. It's got bent metal style string trees, which I might replace as well. That would help improve your tuning stability. Nothing fancy about the tuners, but nothing bad. You know, the headstock shape is pretty unoffensive on this, so that's not a bad thing. Bridge looks, you know, par for the course, but we can certainly set that up and get it more playable. It's decked to the body. Looks like the screws are all the way down, so there's going to be some adjustments we can do to make that a little bit more playable. But, you know, it doesn't look terrible out of the box. The finish has some, you know, some light scratches and stuff to it. It definitely wasn't buffed to a super high polish, but you know, it's under $200 and you get all the nice accessories and stuff. So without further ado, the next thing we'll do will be to plug this up and play it and see what we think.